is ready for more excitement, and on the starting line it is the defending champion in funny cars, Kenny Bernstein. His opponent in this second round race is John Force. Force was runner-up at the recently completed NHRA Winter Nationals, and he also is debuting a brand new car. In round number 1, John Force defeated Tim Gross, while the reigning world champion Kenny Bernstein beat Tom Hoover. And if Don Garlitz can be considered to be the innovative leader in Top Fuel racing, then Kenny Bernstein, along with his crew chief Dale Armstrong, are at the top of the field in funny car racing. Aerodynamically slick, the Ford Tempo body in the near lane is racing the brand new Chevy Cavalier bodied car of John Force, moving from a Corvette body to a Cavalier, trying to pick up that aerodynamic advantage. Both drivers now ready. It's a green light start, and Bernstein is ahead of Force at the middle of the track and pulls ahead to a several car length victory. Bernstein at 5.66 seconds elapsed time, 256 miles an hour, consistently the quickest funny car in the field. Our next race getting ready to go. Billy Meyer from Waco, Texas. His competition, the Corvette-bodied entry of Tom McEwen. The funny cars use a drivetrain that is very similar to that in a Top Fuel dragster. The engines are practically identical. They run on nitromethane fuel. They consume anywhere from 9 to 11 gallons of fuel per quarter-mile run, and they make over 2,500 horsepower. The cars themselves are wrapped in a fiberglass body that is a replica of a modern car. This is Billy Meyer's Mustang. Meyer, in round number 1 of racing at the Gatornationals, defeated Jim Head, while Tom McEwen, the longtime veteran, beat Ray Higley. McEwen comes into this Gatornationals competition with a brand new crew chief, highly regarded by his fellow competitors. That's Bill Schultz. Let's go down now to Steve Evans with Kenny Bernstein.
Well, Kenny Bernstein continues to saw his way through this field. John Force, his latest victim, at a 5.66, Kenny.
Well, it was smooth that time, Steve. Of course, we took a little out of it to get down the racetrack and not shake so hard as the first time, and it worked. It just slowed down a little bit.
Force is always a tough customer. He gave you a heck of a fight halfway down.
Oh, yeah, he was out on me a little bit, and he always does. He's been beating up on us pretty good at the start of this season, so it was nice to get by that one. Besides, he's a little ahead of us in the points, and maybe we can come around him this time.
Kenny obviously referring to the points in the World Championship race. Tom McEwen in the near lane, Billy Meyer in the far lane. Meyer inching forward into the staging beams. A great start for Meyer, a tremendous hole shot. The car going out of control. It crosses the center line. That automatically disqualifies Billy Meyer. Tom McEwen takes the win, 5.86 seconds at 249 miles an hour. Let's go back and in slow motion see just what happened. It was a brilliant start for Billy Meyer. By some 0.04 of a second, he had the advantage over Tom McEwen off the starting line. Then the car losing traction. Meyer has to fight for control. It crosses the center line, and that disqualifies Billy Meyer. And Tom McEwen goes on to win.
Well, I don't think I'll have to tell Tom McEwen that Billy Meyer crossed the center line.
Good thing I was in front of him.
Could you see him?
Out my mirror. No, yeah, he was coming right in my door, so, yeah.
Clean and dry, another good elapsed time, very steady performance.
Yeah, I think Schultz is trying to get a combination down a little different than he had with Pulde's car, where it would run low ET one run and smoke the tires the next, you know. And I think he's trying to get a consistent situation to get used to me being kind of an old guy. Trying to make up for that, you know.
Well, speaking of Bill Schultz, one of the highest paid mechanics in this business, he doesn't even bother coming down in the car to pick you up.
He's in the limousine down there with just the window cracked open with a drink in his hand, and if we run good, he comes back to the trailer.
I'll tell him you said that.
Okay, thank you.
Tom McEwen showing the sense of humor that's become his trademark and talking about his new crew chief, Bill Schultz, who previously had been the crew chief for Dale Pulde. On the starting line, Ed McCulloch at the wheel of the Oldsmobile. This is one of the Larry Minor team cars. McCulloch with a long, smoky burnout will be racing against the team of Candies and Hughes, their driver, Mark Oswald. Oswald Oswald at the wheel of the Pontiac Trans Am bodied car. Both of these vehicles very aerodynamic, designed to slice through the air and reach speeds of well over 260 miles an hour. Oswald in round number 1 defeated John Lombardo at the wheel of the Blue Max, while Ed McCulloch raced and beat Brad Tuttle. McCulloch has won this race before, but it was way back in 1972. And you can be sure that Ed McCulloch would like to move through the funny car field as his teammate Gary Beck is through Top Fuel. A great start for McCulloch. Instant tire smoke for Mark Oswald, but McCulloch's car has gone sour. Listening to the engine, it sounds like it's only running on about 6 cylinders, but McCulloch lucked to a win of a 6.67 as Mark Oswald, going up in tire smoke off the starting line, lets Ed McCulloch take an easy win and advance into the semifinals. One of the next pair, John Martin, is a racer that has been predominantly competing on the West Coast. This his first full season on the National Event Tour. He is racing a second-generation competitor, Scott Coletta, the son of Top Fuel racer Connie Coletta, at the wheel now of the Ford Mustang funny car. For John Martin, he defeated Doc Holliday in round number 1. Martin has just started to become a force to be reckoned with in funny car racing. He qualified at the recent Winter Nationals, now qualified into this very tough field at the Gator Nationals. Scott Coletta, one of the youngest racers in funny car competition, defeated Johnny West at the wheel of the famed Hawaiian in round number 1. Martin in the near lane, Coletta in the far lane. A troubled start for both drivers. Coletta up in smoke, then the supercharger explodes on John Martin's car. Coletta stands on the throttle and goes through the lights at 202 miles an hour. His elapsed time only 7:35, but it really doesn't matter. He got there first, he got the win, and John Martin with engine damage as the supercharger backfiring, putting him out of competition. Let's take a look at it once again. Coletta's in the far lane, Martin in the near lane. They leave the starting line side by side. Then troubles begin. For Coletta, he loses traction. Then Martin loses traction. Coletta backs out of it. And then the supercharger explodes in Martin's car. Coletta, reacting to that, stands on the throttle and wins the race. You can be sure it's a disappointed John Martin as mechanical problems put him out of competition, giving the race to Scott Coletta.
A tenacious victory, young man. It just never hurts to get back on the throttle, does it?
That's it. You know, we ain't got it straightened around yet, but they say luck is 90% of it, and so far I've had it.
You probably heard John Martin kaboom that one.
Yeah, and it was shaking the tires, and I almost crossed the center line. That's why I lifted, and then I saw him bang, and I said, take it.
Will your dad get involved now that he's out?
Yeah, he never wasn't involved. You kidding me?
Scott Coletta paying tribute to his dad, Connie Coletta, out of competition now in Top Fuel Racing. Our pairings for the semifinals, Scott Coletta against Ed McCulloch, McCulloch with lane choice. The other pair finds 2 longtime veterans, Tom McEwen against the defending champion Kenny Bernstein, with Bernstein having lane choice. Back in the pit area at Kenny Bernstein's slot, it is quiet, it is very confident as they prepare for the semifinals at the Gator Nationals. Back at Gainesville, Florida, and the Gator Nationals, I'm Dave McClelland along with Steve Evans, and we're in Tom McEwen's pit area. Crew Chief Bill Schultz has ordered the installation of a new engine. There was nothing wrong with the old one, but Schultz wanted to change combinations. He wanted to try something different for the semifinal race against Kenny Bernstein. On the starting line, the Pro Stock semifinals, the factory hot rods of NHRA Championship drag racing. Butch Leal years ago made his home in California. He was known as the California Flash, but has since been transplanted to Ohio. Leal, in the previous round, defeated Dempsey Hardy. Racing against him will be Bruce Allen. Out of Arlington, Texas, in the Rare and Morrison shop, Allen defeated the world champion Bob Glidden in round number 2. Bruce Allen, in his first full season of competition in NHRA drag racing last year, finished number 3 in the world, while Butch Leal was number 4. Rules restrictions limit these cars to 500 cubic inches maximum, 2 4-barrel carburetors, racing gasoline only, and they must originate from a factory-built car. But bear in mind, these are pure race cars designed for one thing: to cover a standing start quarter mile as quickly as possible. Bruce Allen near lane, Butch Leal in the far lane. Pontiac versus Chevrolet. And it is Butch Leal off the the starting line first. It's a close race at the middle of the course. Bruce Allen trying to go back, but it's Butch Leal by a fender length at the finish line, winning the race 7.54 seconds. His speed 183 miles an hour, and Leal with the Pontiac Firebird moves into the finals. As we look at the start again, Butch Leal had the advantage by 0.02 of a second. And it's a good thing for Leal because Bruce Allen's car actually ran the quarter mile quicker. Both lanes on the racetrack are timed separately, and in this case, it's a good thing because you can see the difference between the two cars. That 0.02 of a second advantage off the starting line was actually just a couple of feet at the finish line for Butch Leal.
Well, for years we've been saying how quick Butch Leal is off the starting line. It paid off again. You had 200s in the bank, and you needed it. He ran 200s quicker.
Oh, yeah, it was the greatest race. Bruce is always there every time. And I told him last year, I said, you beat me every time I race you, my year this year. And he's just such a nice guy and a great driver, as you know. And I knew they'd be ready at this time. They've been having trouble, and they got it fixed. And he was right beside me. Matter of fact, I didn't know who won.
The remaining race in the semifinal round of Pro Stock matches Don Campanello against Gordy Rivera. Rivera in a Chevrolet Camaro is beginning to make his mark in the Pro Stock wars. He qualified well at this race. He has qualified at most of the NHRA national events over the past season. In the previous round, Rivera defeated Gene Fashing. The big story in this race is Don Campanello, who defeated Jerry Ekman in the previous round. Campanello, after his first qualifying attempt on Saturday, was ready to go home. His crew talked him into staying and trying one more time. He did. It netted him a 7.50 second qualifying time, which put him number 2 in this 16-car field. Rivera in the far lane. Wayne, New Jersey's Don Campanello in the near lane. Lots of RPMs in these gas-burning engines, and a tremendous start by Don Campanello. Campanello with a half a second advantage off the starting line, parlays it into a one-car length victory over Gordy Rivera. So Don Campanello, for the first time in his career, goes into the finals of an NHRA national event. Let's go back to the starting line and watch once again. You see the advantage by Don Campanello at the start, but lots of horsepower out of Gordy Rivera's car. They're almost even at this point, but Campanello pulls ahead in the middle of the course, carries it through to the finish line, and it's a one-car length victory for Don Campanello.
Don Campanello, is this just about your greatest day at the drag strip?
Yeah, I have to say that. Yeah, I'd have to say that.
I know you changed. You changed engines, and so did Gordy Rivera. We hear in the background. It paid off for one of you anyway.
Yeah, I hurt my good engine, and I put in last year's engine. Worked out right.
Now you got a tough customer in Butch Leal.
Well, we'll see what we can do. One at a time.
Don Campanello, the second qualifier, goes into the finals. Great day.
Amazingly calm and collected for his biggest day ever at a drag strip, Don Campanello gets set for his final round race against Butch Leal. Leal, by virtue of his lower elapsed time in the semifinals, will have lane choice. There's a lot more to any of these NHRA national events than just the pro categories. The pit area is literally jammed with some of the most exotic cars seen anywhere in the world. This is truly one of the world's largest car shows, with over 600 entries and an estimated value of over $20 million in race cars. In addition to the pros we are watching, finals have been held in 7 other categories, and here are the winners and runners-up. Each category represents different types of cars, from pure race cars like the dragsters to cars very similar to those driven on the streets of America every day. And yes, in addition to the four-wheelers, we also have seen some two-wheel action on the racetrack. The finals in Pro Stock Eliminator match the Suzukis of John Mafaro against Rick Stetson. And Stetson built up a quick lead off the starting line. Mafaro with mechanical problems, and Rick Stetson won the Pro Stock motorcycle title at the Gatornationals. Our congratulations to Stetson on his first ever national event victory. Back in the pit area, the big news is Don Garlits. He has decided not to try for that 270-mile-an-hour mark and concentrate on winning this race, the 17th annual NHRA Motorcraft Gatornationals. Back at the Gatornationals, this huge crowd is waiting for one thing, and that is their favorite, Big Daddy Don Garlits. Gainesville Raceway is located just a few miles from Garlits' home in Ocala, Florida, where he operates Don Garlits' Museum of Drag Racing. This is his latest creation, number 30 in the long series of dragsters that have borne the name Swamp Rat. Garlits has already run over 268 miles an hour this weekend, but he has not been without his problems, which center around those new small front wheels and the Kevlar belts he uses as a tire. He is racing against Dan Pastorini, who is enjoying the most successful weekend of his short racing career. Earlier, Steve Evans talked to the former quarterback.
To beat Shirley Muldowney and Don Garlits in one afternoon, I don't know of a top fuel driver who hasn't had that dream. You've got a shot at making it reality here.
It is a dream come true, really, Steve. I'm really excited about it. We've been working real hard for the last year. I got to give credit where credit's due. This car wouldn't be what it is today if it wasn't for Donnie Couch. He's done a tremendous job getting the car ready.